Hello students, welcome to Siba learningzone.com. This is chemistry and we're talking about mixtures. In our last lesson, we learned about pure substance. We got to see that even mineral water is not considered pure in chemistry. Now let's do a quick review and then move on to what we have for today. There are three states of matter, which are the liquid, gas, and solid. We know that matter is anything that has mass and volume. So anything that has mass, that we can assess how heavy it is, anything that can occupy space is matter. These states can change from one to another. This process is called change of state. Matter changes state from one state to another, and this is what we call the change of state. So from solid to liquid, we have melting. Liquid to solid, we have freezing. A substance made up of only one atom is a pure substance. It is not just one atom. We also have one type of molecule. So only one type of atom and only one type of molecule. All these are pure substances. Remember, water is H2O. It is made up of two elements, hydrogen and oxygen. But water should have only these molecules in it so that we can call water pure water. But in our mineral waters, other vitamins have also been added. When other atoms or molecules are present, the substance becomes impure. The different molecules are called impurities. So let's say we have this, and then we have vitamin B plus or vitamin B in there, water. That means this vitamin B is now an impurity. Okay, it is now an impurity because it is making the water impure. Now for today, when we have the vitamin B in the water, we call that a mixture. Okay, mixture consists of two or more substances. The mixture could be gas-gas mixture, gas-liquid mixture, liquid-liquid mixture, liquid-solid mixture, or solid-solid mixture. So a mixture is made up of two or more substances, just like water mixed with vitamins. Okay, the water molecules, one substance, the vitamins, another substance. Okay, so that is what we call a mixture. So most impure substances are mixtures. And these are the type of mixtures. We have gas-gas, gas-liquid, liquid-liquid, liquid-solid, and then solid-solid mixtures. So we're going to get to know examples of these types of mixtures. Now let's start with a gas-gas mixture. We breathe in air every day. Now we know that air is a mixture. It is made up of several gases. We have nitrogen in there, nitrogen taking a chunk. About 78% is made up of nitrogen. About 20 to 21% is made up of oxygen. We have carbon dioxide taking 0.3. The noble gases or inert gases taking 0.97. And then we have the water vapor taking 1%. So this is the composition of air, and then it is a mixture of gases. So air is a gas mixture because we have nitrogen, which is a gas, oxygen, a gas, carbon dioxide, a gas, inert gases like argon, a gas, and then water vapor, which is water in the gaseous state. That is also a gas. So an example of a gas-gas mixture is air, the air that we breathe in. Now let's look at a gas-liquid mixture. As the name implies, one of the constituents is a gas, the other is a liquid. Okay, so it's a type of mixture made up of a liquid and a gas. Example is carbonated drinks or the soda we take in. It has the liquid part mixed with the gas part. So carbon dioxide in fizzy drinks. The carbon dioxide is what is causing these bubbles here. The carbon dioxide gives the drink the fizzy nature. Okay, so this is a gas-liquid mixture where we have carbon dioxide in our liquid or in our drink. We have liquid-liquid mixture, and then as the name implies, two liquids are coming together. Now with liquid mixtures, there are two different types. We have the miscible and immiscible. Okay, miscible and immiscible. The miscible ones do not form any differential layer. No layer is formed in between them. So when we mix alcohol and water, juice and water, we are going to get miscible liquids. In miscible liquids, dilution normally takes place. So when you have juice and then you pour water into the juice, you're not going to see the water settling below or the water settling above. You're going to get a uniform mixture with a diluted concentration of juice. Okay, but looking at this side here, we have layers in this mixture. We have the yellow, we have the green, and then we have the orange. They are not able to mix. Layers are formed, and these are immiscible mixtures. Miscible mixtures do not form differential layers. Immiscible ones do form those layers. So for liquid mixtures, there are two types: immiscible and miscible. Dilution takes place in the miscible ones. In the immiscible ones, they do not mix, so layers are formed. Another type of mixture is liquid-solid mixture. Now, in liquid-solid mixture, we also have two types. We have a solution and then we have a suspension. We have a solution and a suspension. Now, when we say solution, we're talking about putting a solute in a solvent. Now, the solute will dissolve in the solvent. So when we put salt, which is a solid, in water, the salt is going to dissolve and then we're going to get a mixture. When we put sand in water, the sand will not dissolve. It stays just as it is. And then we get a suspension. Okay? So the ones in which the solute dissolves in the solvent is a solution. The ones in which the solid does not dissolve in the liquid is a suspension. So there are two types. We have a solution and a suspension. Let's move on. Lastly, we have a solid-solid mixture. Now, this is made up of two solids. Okay, just as the name implies, solid-solid mixture. So when you take sand and then you mix it with salt, you have a solid-solid mixture. When you take sugar, you mix it with salt, you have a solid-solid mixture. When you have sulfur, as shown here, and then you mix it with iron filings, you have a solid mixture. So in wrapping up, we get to know that a mixture is a combination of two or more substances. Now we learned that pure substances are made up of only one molecule or only one type of atom. Only one type of molecule or only one type of atom. So in the mixtures, there are two or more substances. The mixtures could be gas, as in two gases, gas, liquid, and a gas in our fizzy drinks, liquid, water and juice, solid, water and salt or water and sand, and then solid, where we have two solids, sugar and sand, sugar and salt. There are two main types of liquid mixtures. We have the miscible ones and then the immiscible. The miscible ones do not form layers, and then dilution takes place. So when you have juice, you add water to it, the juice becomes diluted. And then for the immiscible ones, layers are formed. When you have water and then you pour oil onto the water, you're going to get two layers, the water below and then the oil on top. And then there are two main types of liquid-solid mixtures. We have the solution and the suspension. The solution is where we put a solute in a solvent. The solute dissolves in the solvent and then we see one thing. That is a solution. But in the suspension, we put a solid that cannot dissolve in the liquid. And then we end up with our suspension. If there are any questions, I'll be online. Please ask me. Please study hard, and that'll be it for today. Bye.